Hello, banker man. I want to turn your house into a piggy bank. So you take the size you want, and you put the paper on, you trace it, and then you just cut everything out. And then you cut out more things, like to make the tables and stuff. And then when you are all done, you get out your tape, and then you tape it all together to make sure it kind of works. It probably is not going to work very well, but you're going to do it anyways. You know, learn what is bad and try and fix it later. But until then, it's really hard to tape together. But you're like, that works good enough. Let's just make sure there's enough space on the table for the things. So let's make fake things. Yeah, great, works good. And then you undo all that. Put that all on cardboard. And then you cut all the cardboard out. And then you glue it together. You can't tell, I'm doing this all in one take. Okay, now you're gluing it together. More glue. Just so much glue. In fact, too much glue. I ran out of so many glue sticks for this. I am afraid to count how many I used. And then you just add more glue. And then you get this rickety-rockety thing, which is really unfair because you were really sure that you measured everything perfectly, but it's unbalanced. So you make a base, and it's still, there's like giant gaps. Anyway, so you go to make the guy, and you're like, this one will work better than this, you know. We gotta go for this one. Although he's much smaller than he needed to be, so that's my bad. Anyways, you make it out of paper by tracing it like you did with everything else. And then you make it out of cardboard. And then you put the paper on the cardboard, make some little triangle legs here, and you just glue those on. And then it's done. And, you know, you keep fiddling with it, apparently. Come on. And then you put his head on his body, which you probably should have given him a neck. Why didn't you give him a neck? And then you cover everything with gesso so that paint will stick to it. Yeah, just so much gesso because there's so much hot glue covering everything. Nothing will stick. And then you just trace out a bunch of tiles. So many tiles. I did not count how many tiles. But you just make a lot of them because you got big ones for the main part of the bank and then tiny ones, which are like a fourth of what these ones are. Yeah, you just, big old pile of them. It'll be fine. That'll definitely be enough. You totally won't need to make more. I'm just kidding. You need to make so much more. Back is done. And then you put the vault doors in, which is foam, and then you put cheater paper in the bottom, and then you make some of these, which is not cut all the way through, it's just kind of notched in there. And then you hold it in there with a llama llama pencil sharpener. And then you make some post covers to cover those just disgusting corners you've done. And then you grab totally the wrong color because it should be more brown than yellow. We're going for the Wizard of Oz golden yellow. Look at that. That's not... I mean, it's like close, but this is really yellow. This is, in fact, too yellow. Now we're going too brown. It looks dirty. All right, and now you paint the posts it's like a blackish brown. And then you try and use that. Try and add some shadow, but then it just looks like you've covered it with mud. It looks like the poor banker man lives in a mud hut. It's just dirty. It doesn't look like shadow. It looks like dirt. I've given him a terrible home. I don't know. I just continued with it because, you know, you gotta be consistent. Gotta get it everywhere. And then eventually when I stopped doing that, oh my gosh, stop. Who edited this? It was me. I did it. Alright, you paint the vault doors, and then you grab some dryer sheets that you glued together and put Mod Podge on so paint will stick, and then you use a marker you found like 7 years ago at this point on the ground. You use that, and thankfully it still works, and it looks, hey, look great. Alright, now you do the same thing with a different dryer sheet, paint that green, that's your curtain, and then you try and add some sort of texture so it looks like it's actually fabric. But hey, it's a dryer sheet, and it doesn't want to take any of this. It says no watered down paint, no markers, no nothing. This looks like garbage. Thankfully, it didn't bleed through. So that's the back now. Alright, and then we take that, roll that around, basically a popsicle stick, and then, you know, we kind of shove that in there. Also, I added highlights and some detailing on the vault doors, so it looks somewhat okay. Yeah, and here you go. This is what it looks like. It looks like the back of a bank. There's a lot of gaps and things, and it's not beautiful, but it's the best I could do. And Yeah, I like the cow. The cow and the signs. And maybe the fabric in the middle. That's about what I like about this. You know, we tried. We failed. But I don't think anyone else has this. So it's definitely one of a kind. And sometimes you just, you know, the cow likes it. That's all I really need. Thanks for watching. See you later. Oh, and the cat approves. I mean, he didn't approve. He was trying to eat it, but you know. I don't even know what this video is. Ah.